come in and shop for their families. So when they came to the door, we sent call slips. We explained to them that you have this opportunity. You were chosen to give gifts for your family members, younger siblings, aunts, uncles, whoever they lived in the home with. And they were able to have their own wrapping station and sit down, wrap the gifts, and enjoy each other's company. And you can just hear the excitement with the students, talking to each other, telling them, I'm going to be the best aunt, uncle, brother, sister ever this year. Everybody's going to love me. I'm going to have the best Christmas. And we heard a lot of stories that really helped us understand the impact of this, because I think the impact went way beyond what we even imagined. So I'll pass it back to Teddy so he can tell the story, which is one of the best stories I've heard.
So I'd like to share 3 stories, and from different perspectives. The first one I'd like to share is the story of a colleague. Veteran teacher came in and was helping a kid find just the perfect gift for all of his brothers and sisters. And then there was kind of a lull where the kid was rapping and he was okay. So he said, I need to talk to you outside. So I said, okay. So we went outside and he said, how were these students chosen? They're all chosen because at one point recently they had been experiencing homelessness or their foster youth. He said, but I didn't know. And I said, well, that's okay. You don't have to know people. Just make a connection. I don't know a single person in there. He said, you're not understanding. Several of those students are my students. And 2 of them were my students last year, and I just didn't know. I'll tell us
the one that we talked about
for a student perspective.
Yes, the student perspective.
So, yeah, we had a student that came in and she was a 9th grader, and she was rapping and she said, can I get another gift? And I said, yeah. And she said, can I tell you that this is a blessing? She said, because I know we're in a public school, but can I tell you that it was a blessing? And I said, sure. And she said, because my mom had just got us all together to tell us that there was going to be no Christmas presents. So don't expect a Christmas present. They just didn't happen. And by the way, that was about the 3rd or 4th student that told me that their moms had also gathered them for the family announcement that there would be no presents at Christmas. And so I looked at her and she just started talking. And she said, but I knew we were going to get presents because we have cousins that bring us presents. Can I get them a present too? And I said, sure. And she got real excited. She said, this will be the first time that anybody in my family has given presents to my cousins. And they always take care of me. And again, this wasn't the first time that when the kids were in here, we asked them to shop for their families. And they asked, can we shop for extended families, because they've never given a gift outside of their family. And I said, yeah, go ahead. So when she left, she had three garbage bags filled with wrapped gifts that she was going to give to, I think it was 5 brothers and sisters, and like 5 cousins, and a couple of aunts and uncles and her mom. And she said, how am I going to get home? Well, one of the volunteers took her home. And as she was driving in the car, the girl just was so excited. And when she got to her home, she drove up, and mom, and they were watching Cousins at the time, and her little brothers and sisters, and they all came pouring out of the house because they knew she was coming with presents. And on December 16th, at 4:15 in the afternoon, this girl was Santa Claus, and she brought Christmas.
In my room and seeing the outpouring of love and support from other teachers, administrators, community volunteers, former students, student aides, other students that wanted to help and come back and said, can I come back and help wrap gifts? It just shows really, what Wilson is all about and what the spirit of the school really is and the holiday spirit. So we definitely want to thank everyone that helped.
Yeah, and I have one more story from a colleague. On Sunday night, there was a knock at my door, and I opened it up. It was actually the husband of a teacher. And he looked at me, and he had tears in his eyes before I even said hello to him. And he said, "Here," and he just pulls out of his pocket. He had money with me, and with tears in his eyes, he said, "I grew up, and I was one of those kids, and I always wonder why I stayed and did good and didn't go to jail, and I stayed and did good, and I have a family. I have a daughter here in Wave, and everything is so good because hardly anybody I grew up with has that same ending. And I don't know what happened and why I'm able to have the life I've had, but I do know that it was a combination. I don't know what specific thing happened, but I do know it was a combination of enough good things happened to me by others that made a big difference. And so I know that from personal experience that good deeds to others can be the difference in a kid